Welcome to David 15 Pro, where you get the latest and most exciting updates in European football. I'm very happy to have you here as my best people into the dynamic world of football across Europe. Stay tuned to this channel for more analysis, match previews, and all the latest transfer news. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with all European football news. Let us start our football news here in Liverpool team. A Liverpool player may leave the club this summer after falling out of favor with head coach Arne Slot. Arne Slot will be a Premier League winner, having led his Liverpool side to a near-perfect campaign in his first season in charge. However, he has favored a number of players such as Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Ibrahim Konate, while others such as Joe Gomez, Jared Kansa, and Harvey Elliott have not featured as much as they may have expected their term. Italian winger Federico Chiesa has also featured sporadically, starting just 3 of his 12 appearances since signing from Juventus in the summer of 2024, although he has registered 2 goals and 2 assists. Last Sunday, 20 April, Chiesa, 27, was omitted from Liverpool's match day squad ahead of their trip to Leicester City to make a way for Trent Alexander-Arnold's return, and the winger could be set to move on from the club once the summer transfer window opens on June 1st. Italian outlet Calcio Mercato reports that the 27-year-old could return to Italy this summer with 3 clubs potentially interested in signing him. The outlet claims that the most viable option would be Inter Milan, as current left winger Joaquin Correa is likely to leave the Serie A club this summer. Federico Chiesa could leave Liverpool this summer. Another option may be Napoli, but this could potentially depend on the future of head coach Antonio Conte. CM also suggests that Roma could be a destination for Chiesa, but this could also depend on several factors, such as qualification for next season's Europa League, with the club currently outside of the European places in 7th place. What has Arne Slot said about Federico Chiesa? Well, the reason for Chiesa's lack of playing time is not totally clear, but when speaking in March, Slot offered a clue as to why the Italian wasn't featuring much. That's of course more difficult, but because these players hardly train with the starters. If you look at our schedule in the last 3 or 4 months, Slot said in his press conference. So if we play, for example, on Saturday and then we play on Tuesday again, then on Sunday the ones that played on Saturday only do a recovery session, so they will not be on pitch. And then it's the day before the game, and it's maybe 10 or 15 minutes of tactics, where it's more working football than playing football. So there will hardly ever a moment when they can compete with each other. But the day after the game, I'm always outside. My assistants have great exercises, and the players always show themselves in these moments. So those are moments to show where you are, if you have improved, yes or no. If you come closer to the players that are starting, and of course when they come in off the bench, I agree that for the ones that doesn't start, it's not an ideal world that we have so many games. That's completely true. Yes, let us continue here in Chelsea or the Blues. Former Chelsea midfielder Cesc Fabregas floated as a shock candidate for championship job. Former Chelsea midfielder Cesc Fabregas could be offered an opportunity to manage in England next season. Fabregas is currently coaching Serie A side Como, where the 37-year-old is doing an excellent job. Under him, Como sit 12 in the table on Sate 9 points, virtually granting a spot in Italian football's top division next season. This time, Como have ever been able to beat Napoli, who are level on points with Inter Milan at the summit of Serie A, showing that Fabregas is capable of as a coach. The ex-Spain international now seems to have caught the attention of one club in England as they wave up, making a change in the dugout. Yes, Gareth Southgate makes major career change as Gary Lineker prediction comes true. Gareth Southgate is yet to return to football management since resigning as England manager last summer and has now made a significant change away from the sport. Southgate has made a big change to his job title. Ex-England boss Gareth Southgate has made a career switch away from the beautiful game, just as Gary Lineker predicted. Southgate, 54, stepped down from his role as England manager last July after an extraordinary 8-year streak, which ended with a heartbreaking defeat to Spain in the Euro 2024 final. This marked the second time to the Three Lions fell short in the European Championship final under Southgate's leadership, despite reaching the semi-finals and quarter-finals in the two World Cup tournaments. In the run-up to the Euros, Southgate found himself fending off rumors linking him to the Manchester United managerial position. Ex-FA chief Danny Ashworth, who had taken up the role of United's sporting director, was reportedly keen on bringing Southgate on board. Lineker made the prediction after Southgate's final England game. Despite the United's job being available in October, Southgate was never really in the running. Instead, the North Yorkshire resident is putting his leadership prowess to use elsewhere, and he has given the strongest hint yet that his football management days are behind him. The Sun reveals that paperwork for Mass Investment Holdings Limited, the company managing Southgate's $6.2 million property empire, shows he has switched his occupation from football manager to company director. The recent developments seem to confirm Lineker's hunch following England's 2-1 defeat to Spain. I suspect this might be last game in management. Lineker mused on BBC Sport. What he has brought to this England team is a harmony, a like ability, and I think has re-engaged the English public towards football. Post his Wembley exit, Southgate has penned Dear England, lessons on leadership set to hit shelves later this year. Sir Gareth Southgate's book will be out later this year, Southgate said, after stepping down as England manager following 8 very special years. I have been reflecting on what I have lived through and what comes next. Coaching top players and playing against some of the best teams in the world pushed me to operate at the highest level in football, rather than write a memoir of those times. I decided to share my experiences in a different way, through the lens of leadership, which I hope will provide lessons for anyone who wants to discover their own authentic leadership style. In a recent spotlight moment, Southgate delivered the BBC's prestigious Richard Dembrelby lecture last month, grabbing headlines with his take on male role models. These are callous, manipulative, and toxic influencers whose sole drive is for their own gain. He critiqued they willing trick young men into believing that success is measured by money or dominance, that strength means never showing emotion, and that the world, including women, is against them. Thank you for being with us in this sport news. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment on this football news, and comment what we shall talk about in the next video. So thank you very much. God continues to be with you.